Amazing Ampharos here, and I'm about to jump into another one of these navigation segments in the depths. This one is the one connecting the Final Fantasy II area with the Final Fantasy III one. Now, from here on out, the random enemies have gone from pretty nasty to incredibly nasty, so I'm going to have to be basically at the top of my run from everything game in order to survive this. I drew that tent largely just so Edge will have the maximum amount of MP for smoke, and also because Rydia was so critically low on MP that she wasn't going to be able to cast Warp all the times I needed. But here we go. As long as I don't get back attacked, I'm completely safe, because with Edge's current equipment setup, he's just way too fast for anything to catch. But back attack probability is based on your levels, so at my current levels, I get back attacked a lot. And this floor is supposed to be maze-like, but if you know where you're going, the only real implication of that is that warp becomes really helpful. And the black garb is an awful piece of equipment for every character I have. By that I mean only Edge can equip it, and it's wildly inferior to basically every other semi-plausible equipment option he has for the garb. I think it's supposed to be an armor primarily aimed at the monks. I don't know if it's good on them, to be honest, but it certainly can't be worse than it is for Ed. I'm not sure if Warp is better here or not. It's pretty close. But I didn't get any encounters that whole way, so I feel vindicated. And the crystal mail I just got there is probably the best piece of equipment I'll never use. It actually is a really high defensive magic defense armor that makes you immune to all status ailments, but the problem is, out of my current party, only Kain and Golbez can equip it. They both have blue armor, which is just so over-the-top powerful that nothing can compete with it. And I just got the second ribbon there as well, which, again, my options to deal with status effects have been greatly enhanced in the past couple minutes. Now, status effects weren't the hardest thing in the world to deal with in the first place, but it's always nice to have more options. And I just triggered that warp there, so I can warp out of here when I'm done getting this last chest, which, as you might note, is really far out of the way. It just contains an X potion too, so there's really no reason for me to go for this chest, other than the fact that I can be just a little compulsive about this completion thing. And Worst Malboro is perhaps the worst named enemy in this game, because I'm going to spoil it for you. It's not actually the worst Malboro. There's an even more powerful variant that begins appearing on the next floor. In fact, this area here, the Final Fantasy III room, has ridiculously powerful encounters, including Duke Malboros, which are more powerful than the worst Malboro. Luckily, I got to the save point and got this little heart-to-heart between Cecil and Kain without any encounters. But dealing with those deadly encounters is just going to make taking on the Final Fantasy III bosses all the more fun. And this is another one of those that doesn't give you a new band, though Cecil and Kain are involved in quite a few bands together already, so I guess there's really nothing to add there. This is one of the longer conversations. Though, I don't know, it comes off as a little bit of an awkward conversation between two guys who were supposed to have been best friends from childhood. But the writing was never this game's strong suit. And with that, I'll see you guys next time when it's time to beat Final Fantasy III.